So, okay class, good day. As we approach to the second battle ng ating major exam, which is our midterm. So, we have to review na muna, 'di ba? So, ano yung mga i-review natin? Of course, yung mga recent na mga exams na ginawa natin. Kasi, 'di ba, as like ng board, mostly or 'di ba, almost na mga questions sa board exam is nire-recycle lang din naman nila from the other board exam na question. So, malay natin, 'di ba, ang ating midterms ngayon ay manggagaling lang din dito. So, o kaya mga katulad ng question nito. So, yeah, let's go with the first one. Actually, this is our prelims exam. So, we have to review it first, 'di ba? And next na to, i-review natin yung ating long quiz. Pero, iniba ko yun kasi marami pang hindi nakatake ng ating long quiz as their preparation for midterm exam. So, number 1, it is defined as number of basic rights that people from around the world have agreed and essential. So, it's a plain common sense. So, that is, of course, human rights. Letter C. Let's go with number 2. Do employees in private sector have the right to assembly and petition? So, yung mga empleyado ba sa mga private sector ay merong karapatan to have their assembly and to do a petition to against a redress in government, diba? So, of course, they do. So, that is A. Yes, they have the right to assembly and petition, enjoy the primacy in the realm of constitution protection because they are not only civil rights but also political rights. So yeah, let's go with number 3. All public parks within territorial limits of LGUs shall be considered as freedom parks where no permit is required. So, yung mga public parks ba daw within the territorial limits ng ating local government units ay kailangan pa ba natin ng permit or hindi na? Of course, diba? Hindi na natin kailangan ng permit doon. So, the answer for number 3 is A. That is true. Let's go with number 4. For numbers 5 and 4, ito, no, as our Bible, the Bill of Rights. Kaya kailangan kabisado natin to eh, 'di ba? Kasi it's one of the heart of human rights education, the Bill of Rights. Article 3 ng Bill of Rights, it's the Section 3 of 1987 Constitution consisting of 22 sections. The privacy of communication and correspondence shall be inviolable except upon lawful blank of the court or when public safety or order requires otherwise as prescribed by law. Any evidence obtained in a violation of this preceding section shall be blank for any purpose in the proceeding. So, kailangan lang natin i-fill yung blanks ng Article 3, di ba? Na to. So, for number 4, ang missing dyan is the order. So, the privacy of communication correspondence shall be inviolable except upon lawful order. Number 5, the missing is any evidence na kinuha na labag sa section na to ay, of course, ano pa ba, is inadmissible or hindi tatanggapin sa korte bilang ebidensya. Okay, let's go with number 6. Number 6, it is defined as communication generally through letters or emails, through letters or emails. So, it's plain common sense, correspondence. 7, the following are the 4 aspects of freedom of speech and press. So, what is not included here as the aspect ng ating freedom of speech? Of course, letter 3, D, that's freedom for retribution. Kasi when we say retribution, you're seeking for revenge. So, it's not one of the aspects of freedom of speech and press. 8, no? Use as standards when courts need to balance the conflicting social values and individual interests and requires a conscious and detailed consideration of interplay of interest observable in given situation. So what test? Ang tawag natin doon, of course, the balancing of interest test. 9. Permits limitation and speech once rational connection has been established between speech restrained and danger contemplated. So the answer is dangerous tendency doctrine. That's A, ha? 10. Rests on the premises that speech may be restrained because there is substantial danger that speech will likely to lead an evil government has a right to prevent. These rules requires that evil consequence sought to be prevented must be substantive, extreme, serious, and degree of eminence extremely high. So, the answer is clear and present danger rule. 11. The police authorities can wiretap any phone calls to decipher any plots of assassination against the mayor of the town. Ganun ba yun? So, ang mga police ay pwede nilang i-wiretap. So, when we say wiretap, kinoconnect mo. It's illegal na para makuha mo yung pinag-uusapan nila. So, i-wiretap mo yung phone calls. Kasi feeling nyo ma-assassinate ang mayor ng town. So, that's false, okay? 12. In times of societal chaos, the court should issue an order so that the authorities can intercept communication and correspondence of anyone. So, that's A. Kasi, on this matter, the court na ang mismo nag-issue ng order, 'di ba? Kasi there would be a societal chaos. But if there's no any lawful order coming from the court and then you're going to wiretap any phone calls and then saying na kasi ma-assassinate ang mayor, that's false. Kasi it's a violation of the rights ng ating tao for privacy. 13. Evidence obtained through bypass operation are admissible to be used in court. It is a form of entrapment operation. So we have already court rulings with this, diba? They're saying na bypass hindi naman yan legal. But as one of the recent jurisprudence, it is a form of entrapment operation. So any evidence that been obtained from a bypass operation is admissible or tinatanggap sa korte. So that would be A. 14. Spreading false news at the expense of another is a violation of freedom of speech. Of course it is, diba? Kasi we have freedom of speech, but it's not absolute na all the time sasabihin mo yung gusto mong sabihin, diba? Okay? And you should never spread false news. Diba? Kasi you don't just to say na invoking na kasi I have the right to speech. But it's one of the limitations. And it's violation na yun ng freedom of speech. Kasi freedom of speech is not absolute. Pipiliin mo rin yung mga sasabihin natin, diba? So, 15. Conducting assemblies or rallies on the street addressing the government to elevate the rate of compensation in the provinces is lawful. So, nagrarally kayo dyan kasi sabi nyo, taas yung sahod namin kasi ang mababa, ganyan, diba? So, tama ba yun? So, it is, diba? That's true. That's lawful. Kasi it's your right to have a petition to address the redress in the government, diba? So, number 16, Pedro and Juan has an heated argument. Juan told Pedro that he's going to kill Pedro's wife, diba? If Pedro did not pay his debt, amounting 50,000 pesos. So, what test do we call with that? So, that is dangerous tendency test. Mark and Donald were arguing with each other when Donald brought out his anger and said, "Mamatay ka na, Mark." But Mark was able to defend himself. So, anong tawag doon? That is clear and present danger test. 18. The radio broadcaster baselessly accused all public servants of being corrupt. No, sabi niya, lahat ng mga public servant corrupt, no? Kunwari, broadcaster siya ng radio. So, yung tawag doon that is balancing of interest test. So, let's go with numbers 19 to 20. So, it's another fill of the blank pertaining to the Article 3, Section 5. So, my favorite ko talaga magbigay ng questions when in relation with Article 3 of the 1987 Constitution. So, why? Kasi, it's the heart of human rights, education. Diba? Ito yung Bill of Rights. Ito yung kalipunan ng yung mga karapatan. So, talagang dapat alam mo to, diba? So, what is the missing here in Article 5, Section 5 of Article 3? So, with 19, no Constitution, no law shall be made respecting of establishment of religion, yeah, of religion, or any prohibiting the freedom exercise thereof, the pre-exercise enjoyment of religion profession, and worship without discrimination or preference shall forever be allowed. No religious, what is the 20? No religious test shall be required for exercise of civil or political rights. So, that is Article 3, Section 5. So, get ready with this Article 3, Yun ang mga favorite questions natin sa midterm. 21. All forms of beliefs and existence of superior being exercising power over human beings and imposing rules of conduct with future state of rewards or punishment. So, that is religion. Okay? Including yan sa long quiz natin. Hindi ko alam kung may nakatama ba. 22. Freedom to believe in religion is an absolute right. Okay? So, that is absolute right. So, anyone has the right to believe or the freedom to choose their religion. No one could push you to have this religion or to believe the specific religion. No any employment requirement na magre-require sa education requirement na magsabi sa iyo na dapat you should be in this sect or in this religion. So, that is absolute right. 23. Freedom to act in accordance with such belief is subject to regulation. Kasi, hindi naman ibig sabihin na ang yung freedom to religion ay absolute right. Pwede mo nang gawin lahat ng gusto mong gawin in accordance with your belief. Paano nga naman kung nakakasama na yung paniniwala mo? Ay, yung ginagawa mo na hindi na siya tama, no? Or nakakalabag na siya sa karapatan ng ibang tao. Katulad na lang ng babastos ka na ng relihiyon ng iba. Diba? Or naman dahil yung mga Katoliko natin, diba? There are fanatism ng mga rebulto, diba? Angels or ganyan. And then part ka ng religion sect na hindi kayo naniniwala sa ganon, and then ang ginawa mo, sinira-sira mo yun kasi sabi mo, demonyo yan, ganyan, hindi naman dapat niluluhuran ng mga kahoy, bato, ganyan. And then it's subject for regulation kasi it could be a violation of, it could be a felony naman kasi it's violation under revised penal code yung pinasama mo yung loob ng mga faithful or yung mga nananampalataya. Kasi hindi mo dapat ginagawa yung mga bagay na nakakasama sa loob ng isang mananampalataya dahil sa pinaniniwalaan mong reliyon. So parang respeto lang dapat yan. So 24. The following are included in non-establishment clause of the state that state cannot do except Article 2 ng ating Constitution. So that is provide the religious leaders budget from the government. 25. Government's sponsorship of town fiesta and some purely religious tradition. So, exemption to the non-establishment clause. Let's go with number 26. Postage stamps depicting the Philippines as the venue of significant religious events. So, exception to non-establishment clause pa rin. 27. Private property shall not be taken for public use without just compensation. What article and section is this? So, it's Article 3, Section 9 of Bill of Rights, of course. Kabisaduhin to ha. No one could ever pass the subject without memorizing the Bill of Rights. That's it. 28. It is the freedom to organize or to be a member of any group or association, unions, or society, and to adopt the rules which the members judge most appropriate to achieve their purpose. So, yung karapatan para sumali sa mga union at mga asosasyon. So, it is the right to form an association. Let's go with 29. The right of a man to worship God and to entertain such religious views as appeal to his individual conscience without dictation or interference of any persons or power, civil or ecclesiastical. So, that is freedom of religion. The following are the requisite in order that a system of belief or philosophy may be considered as religion. Okay? So, alin yung hindi? We have the word except. Okay? Ano yung mga requisite, di ba? Para makonsider natin na religion ang isang beliefs or philosophy at alin yung hindi kasama dito. So, the answer is B. The religion must involve in immoral code, transcending individuals' belief. It cannot be purely subjective. So, that would not be considered religion at all if we're doing immoral code, di ba? Di ba yung nakikita natin mga religion secta or kulto na yung nagsisex habang sabi nila is it's one of their way to please their God. O kaya naman meron pa yung nabalita natin sa TV na yung magsasarili sila sa harapan ng pastor, ganyan. So, that's immoral code, di ba? How would you consider yourself as a religion if you're doing that such thing, di ba? So, yeah, let's go with number 31. Supposing that a person is being charged with bigamy, can he convert to Islam to escape liability? Okay, so bigamy, you are engaged in a marriage 2 times. So that's felony in the Philippines. Pero sabi mo, if you're going to become a Muslim or convert yourself to Islam, ay pwede kong takasan ng aking criminal liability. So, is it that so? Yun na ba yun? So, the answer is no, diba? The third requisite is not present. The sincerity of belief. Let's go with 32. Supposing that a priest receive an offering and offering is in money, it is taxable. Can we say that offering is a part of religious ceremony? So, as to exempt it from taxation? Kasi diba, we have rules na any monetary obligation is not taxable kapag it's in relation with religion, di ba? So, supposing that the priest receive an offering and the offering is in money, is it taxable? Taxable ba yun? And this offering is can we say that the offering is a part of religious ceremony? Na exempted na siya sa tax. Okay? So, the answer is no, it is not taxable. Okay? An offering is not subject to taxation, for an offering is part of religious activity which is prohibited by Constitution. You have to remember it, class, okay? Kaya, yung mga schools, diba, when there are religious schools na, alam mo na, religious schools, they are exempted from tax kasi kapag ang isang monetary obligation ay naging parte ng religious activity, oh my gosh, hindi na yun tinatax. Okay? So, there's no tax at all. Let's go with 33. In the Philippines, the church is more powerful than the state? Is it Is that so? So the answer is false, no? Kasi there is a separation of church and states. Kasi nangyari niyan before na mas makapangyarihan ang church dati kesa sa state o sa estado. Kasi yung mga tao, mas may confidence na sila na lumapit sa... Mas may confidence na sila. Oh my gosh, recorded pa ba to? Yan, recording pa. Mas may confidence na silang lumapit sa mga pare at sa simbahan. Kaya ang nangyayari, mas nagiging makapangyarihan na ang simbahan dati, way back ago. So ngayon, there's a separation, kaya there's no such thing na mas makapangyarihan si estado sa state and si state sa estado. So let's go with 34. Right to change one place. It is the right of a person to have his home in whatever place chosen by him and thereafter to change it at will. So, anong tawag doon is your liberty of abode. Okay? Kasi, yung liberty to travel, meron kang karapatang mag-travel. Pero, kapag liberty of abode, may karapatan kang mamili kung saan mo gustong manirahan. No one would ever compel you, bawal ka tumira dito sa Cebu, bawal ka tumira dito sa Manila. It's solely your absolute right na mamili ka kung saan ka gustong tumira. So another question is the right to travel the same with liberty of abode? So definitely, hindi pareho yun, okay? 36. The right to return to one's country is not covered under the right to travel. That's true, okay? Ang yung karapatang bumalik sa bansa ay hindi covered yan ng right to travel. So that's true. 37. A person whose liberty of abode is violated may petition for writ of habeas corpus against another holding him in detention. That's true, no? We're done. We're all having discussed the writ of habeas corpus, and di ba nag-roleplay pa tayo dito, kaya imposibleng hindi nyo alam ito, okay? If your liberty of abode is being violated, you could file your petition of writ of habeas corpus. Let's go with 38. The liberty of abode and changing the same may be impaired? So the answer is true. 39. Can the government prevent the entry of returning OFWs from China to the Philippines during the height of pandemic? So, of course, diba? It is, diba? They may do it because the interest of national security, public safety, or public health as may be provided by the law. Okay? Kasi kapag pumunta yan dito, kakalat yan diba? Marami magkakasakit. So, we can prevent them from entering. Even though na sila ay Pilipina o Pilipino, nababalik sila sa Pilipinas, pero galing silang China, 'di ba? Pwede nating ma-impaired ang kanilang liberty of abode sa part na 'yon. Kasi nga interest na ng 'di ba, ng kalusugan ng nakararami nakataya rito. 40. A congressman was criminally charged with terrorism and multiple counts of murder. He plans to go to Hong Kong to celebrate their wedding anniversary with his wife. At the airport, he was apprehended and he was not allowed to leave the country. Is it valid? So, yes, diba? Diba? Kasi nga, you're criminally charged with terrorism and multiple counts of murder. Tapos pupunta kang Hong Kong. So, hindi ka pwedeng umalis or, diba, some worst thing, pwede ka pang hulihin at ikulong. So, question is, valid ba ang paghuli sa kanya? So, of course it is, diba? Yes, as long as there's a court order or hold departure order from the court, it is valid. Pero kung wala namang court order or hold departure order, diba? Hindi ka pwedeng i-cut doon papuntang Hong Kong. Okay? 41. It is a law or duty which bind the parties to perform their agreement according to its term or intent. It is not contrary to the law, morals, good custom, public order, or public policy. So that is impairment of clause or non-impairment of contracts. That's A. 42. When is an obligation of contract impaired? Diba? So C, the obligation of contract is impaired when its terms or condition are changed by law or by party without the consent of the another, whereby weakening the possession of rights of the latter. Let's go with 43. Free access to courts and quasi-judicial bodies and adequate legal assistance shall not be denied to any person. Diba? It's one of your rights. So, kung ito ay isa sa mga karapatan mo, anong section siya sa Article 3? Of course, it's Article 3. So, alamin natin, that's Section 11, Article 3 of the Bill of Rights. No, ito na naman ang ating fill of the blank. Section 2 naman to, okay? So, we have Article 3, Section 2 of 1987 Philippine Constitution. Okay, let's go with number 44. The right of the people to be secure, diba? To be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizure of whatever nature and purpose of and for any purpose shall be inviolable, and no search warrant or warrant of arrest shall be issued except upon probable cause to be determined personally by the judge after evaluation, after examination under oath or affirmation of complainant and witness. He may produce and particularly describing the place to be searched and the person or things to be seized. Diba? Fill up the blanks lang. So, let's go with 47. This has been defined as referring to such facts and circumstances which would lead the reasonably discreet and prudent man to believe that the offense has been committed and the object sought in connection with purposes or ends place sought to be searched. Alam nyo, kinakabisado to, diba? We all know that it is probable cause. Okay? We should know this. Kasi kailangan natin to kapag tayo naging law enforcer or anything na it's the Bible. One of the Bible of criminologists. Kaya alam dapat natin to. 48. It signifies that all persons subject to legislation should be treated alike under circumstance and condition, both in privilege conferred and liability imposed. So, we have equal protection of law. So, let's go with 49. A law which mandates that only those who are employed can get monthly allowance from the government is a violation of substantive due process. No? Kapag merong batas na nagsasabi na yung mga taong wala lang trabaho ang makakakuha ng allowance sa gobyerno, violation ba siya ng substantive due process? Of course, no? Grabe naman yun. Yung wala tuloy yung trabaho. Syempre, diba? Violation yun. So, that is C. Because even those who are employed, especially the minimum wage earner, are also needed the government support and assistance. So, that is A. Paano naman nagtatrabaho? Diba? So, yeah. And I think it's 50 is bonus question because the Dean of College ng ating school is no other than Dean Brian T. Ando. So, I will be going to upload another ng long quiz natin. Pero iniba ko yun kasi hindi pa nakakatake yung iba. So, yeah.